What up, Chris? Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. What up, y'all? What up? Mr. Chris, can you hear me? Mr. Chris, can you hear me? Mr. West, can you hear me? Mr. West, can you hear me? Audience, can you hear me? Audience, can you hear me?
Why not?
I guess. Can y'all hear me? I can hear you. You little.
I can hear you. Got you.
Your mic is a little hot.
You don't understand. What you want to do? Then I don't want you to go outside. It's after 10 o'clock.
Chris, we can hear you. You're unmuted. Awkward.
No, it's not awkward. I'm arguing with a child. I'm telling him what he can and can't do, and he don't understand that. I said no. What do we need to talk about? Help me make that make sense.
When I say no, nothing else goes.
Like, I just don't get that. Like, why is it that you got to get what you want to get so bad at 10 o'clock right now? You're not in college anymore. So.
Ask a black man anything, everyone.
You had the opportunity when you was in college to go do what you want to do.
All right,
you're not in college no more.
I'm gonna go ahead and mute Christopher. Wes, how you doing?
I'm good, brother. I'm good, man. Yeah, man. Interesting. Got news 5 minutes ago that cousin of mine passed. Yeah.
Wes, you're going in and out.
Thank you for unmuting me, sir.
No problem. I want you to get everything straight over there.
Everything is straight. Thank you, sir.
Wes, you were going in and out, so I didn't actually hear what you said. I take it you can hear me clearly, Chris?
I can hear you just fine.
All right.
It's always Wes. His audio is messy every week. I don't understand why he just doesn't set himself up.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
yes, Wes.
I can hear you now.
Yes, Wes, so we can hear you.
I was saying, man, I just got news 5 minutes ago or so that cousin has passed. So
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yes, my condolences.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Gentlemen. Black man tees.
Yeah, what did you say, Wes?
Y'all are looking good tonight in your Ask a Black Man tees.
You know, we got to represent.
Are you good, sir?
But yes, Wes, you and your family are in my prayers. Someone who's experienced a lot of death in the family as of recently also, 3-4 weeks ago. So I know it's tough at this moment, but I still appreciate you for being here. But yeah, you're in my prayers, brother.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Christopher, how are you doing?
Chris.
Oh, Chris, how are you doing?
Chris is doing just good. Good, sir. Thank you for asking.
I think I know like 15 Chris's, and I refer to all of Chris. Christopher, so apologies, was it?
No, my given name is Christopher, but I would prefer everybody just call me Chris. It is just so much easier for me. I don't have to,
Understood. How's your week been?
Man, I can't complain. I've literally done nothing all week. I am intentionally doing the least right now for my business. I need to scale, and in order to scale, I need to be clear. In order to be clear, I need to be able to um, open up my chakras, if you will. So, so yeah.
Understood, brother. Yeah, you gotta. If the engine's not functioning correctly, the cogs are not gonna function. So yeah, you definitely gotta take a mental break sometimes.
I've been taking a mental health. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed. I haven't, made many posts on social media, for content, dating and relationship content. Um, I've just been just taking a solid break, and it's been really good for me. I want to um, I want to um, jump back in, and I will, but it's just on pause. So yeah, man. But
Understood.
everything else is
Understood.
good.
I think everybody's doing that. I mean, a lot of fellas are taking a break. Y'all saw my post. I mentioned that I took maybe like a month, not a break, but just kind of getting time to let the last 2 years catch up because literally the last 2 years have been a blur. So things have slowed down enough to where it's like I've been able to process my thoughts and do a little introspection. So I think it's definitely around that time where everybody's just kind of just falling back and taking a mental break. It's needed, especially with everything going on today. So it's very important.
That's where I've been. I haven't been very active on social media. Yeah, just taking a little step back and kind of resetting and effective business otherwise. Yeah.
And
See,
that's what we're gonna
that
do. We're gonna
season.
come back. We're gonna come back even harder, a better version of ourselves. That's what you do.
Indeed.
Should we make the announcement? Should we tell them?
You can.
I think this is a great segue. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have collectively decided not to do the 1 year anniversary at the Essence Festival. So, the Ask a Black Man Anything live 1 year anniversary at Essence Fest is canceled at this point. So, we will any updates will be forthcoming, what we do decide to do, but we want to let y'all know the latest that we are not, I repeat, we are not doing the Essence Festival for the 1 year anniversary live. So I know some of y'all may have been looking forward to that, but we just felt it was in our best interest to put that off for right now because we are needing that mental break. And to do that would just kind of be forcing and pressing the issue. Um, so hopefully y'all are understanding, but like I said, we'll make updates if we decide to do something else. But that's the latest.
Pete Rock with the latest. So, good evening and welcome to Ask a Black Man Anything. We are happy that you are here. As always, every single week, with the exception of the weeks that we're not here, um, we are live and in color, and we are happy to bring you great content and hang out with you guys every week, every Thursday night. Um, just know that a delay is not a deny. So we will definitely in the near future reconvene, and we will come up with a better date for us to actually get together. Um, and know it's on our hearts. It's something that we actually want to do. So it is coming soon to a hotel near you. I know so many people wanted to, actually get with us and see us, face to face, and just logistically, it has taken some turns that we need to just pause on. So before we um, put too many things in place, we need to make sure that everything else is right in the world. So I'll say that. Uh, to say it the easiest way. So, at any rate, good evening, Wes. Is Wes frozen, or is it just me?
He froze.
Wes is always frozen. I never understand.
He froze, or that's one hell of a prose.
It is definitely one great.
Yeah, he's frozen. He'll be back.
Yeah, he'll be back. So, Colin, you asked me how I was doing. How are you? How's the move going?
The move?
Yes, the cross country move.
Oh, yeah, that's um that's still in the planning phases. So still planning that out, but right now reconfiguring everything with the business. So same thing as you all, taking a little bit of a mental break, and so I'm coming out of that actually. But yeah, restructuring the business because this is typically the re-gearing months and everything for the business. So prepping for the third quarter. So that's kind of where my concentration is as of right now. But yeah, that's the latest.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I think Wes is back, but
Wait for just a moment.
Wes, are you back, sir? Your screen is black. But anyway, I think everyone should, at some point in time in your lives, take a mental break. One thing the pandemic has shown us is that it's needed. So a lot of people are coming out of this pandemic, even though we're still technically in a pandemic, just with a better sense of self, because a lot of more people are understanding and realizing their worth, their value. So a lot of people started their own ventures, start their own businesses during the pandemic because when they were working home remotely, they were able to take more time and spend more time on their businesses. And then also as things return back to work, more people are demanding, working from home because it's already been determined and shown that people can indeed work from home.
Yep.
So, the power is going back to the people versus the corporations because some of these corporations are demanding that they come back in office, and people are starting to push back. It's like, no, I would prefer to still work from home. It's like I'm being more effective from home. I'm getting more results from home. So, and then when they push back, they're just like, okay, well, here's my 2 weeks. And then they're finding other higher paying jobs that do offer that remote first option. So it's interesting times that we're living in, and people, the pandemic in a way has been a blessing in disguise. So a lot of people are taking mental breaks. A lot of people are quitting their industries and going into industries altogether. And like I said, starting their own ventures. So taking those mental breaks definitely give you clarity and makes that path of where you're trying to go much clearer. So at some point in time, everyone should take a mental break. There's no specific span of time, month, days, year, whatever suits you. Get away, whatever your mental sabbatical is, do that. Whether that's getting into a new environment, going away, traveling, just disconnecting from social media, do it. It's needed. It's necessary.
Yeah. Man, my social media break has been an epic one, to say the least. And every day I struggle with, deciding whether or not I want to, post content and whether I can be consistent. There was just a block. Just to be very honest, I don't even know what the block was. But there was a block. There is a block. And I can't say for a fact what the block is, but I'm glad that I'm no longer blocked. So But I'm still, on a break. I think kind of in line with our show tonight. Um, I didn't I didn't really, talk live about the you know the Buffalo shooting, nor um, nor did I really talk live about the recent shooting of the children, which I think is an absolute travesty. I am um, I'm floored at what has taken place, um, and I think that has kind of um, brought some things to light for me. That you knew during the pandemic that life was fragile, right? You knew during the pandemic that um, that so many things were just happening left and right, and family was we were losing people just crazy at alarming rates. Um, but I guess we just never really anticipated that this is where we would be at in this space, um, and it's new for a lot of us. It is very new for every one of us. Um, so I don't want to get all the way into tonight's subject before we get Wessel in here. I think I've given him that nickname. I don't even know if that's his real name, Wessel.
That's my
But
first time hearing that.
yeah, I've been kind of saying it for a little while, but not like every day. Um, every time we go live, I just gave him a nickname. Um, so to the title of our show, what does protection mean for Black men when it comes to family and women? Um, I definitely want to start by saying from Ask a Black Man Anything, we send our sincere condolences to the family of Buffalo, New York, and also to, I'm probably going to say the city wrong, but is it Uvalde? Is that how you say it?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Uvalde.
In Texas, to those who lost a child, lost a mother, a father, a husband. I just recently saw the headline where the husband was lost due to a heart attack, and four children lost both of their parents in a span of less than a week. It is absolutely heartbreaking, um, and the men of Ask a Black Man Anything send out our deepest sympathies and our deepest condolences, our prayers. Um, we have all been affected by the loss that has taken place over the last 2 years, and this is just a blow, a deep blow, which um, there is no coming back from. Um, Literally, you cannot return a life once it is taken. Um, no human can. And I think it is important for us to learn from these tragedies so that we can begin to do better, begin to think longer and harder about what that looks like in our community, what it means for a Black man to be the protection. There are, you hear gurus and people talk about the four protections, four P's: protection, provision, um, uh, but I forgot the other two, but they're out there, right? Um, Wes, are you back? So yeah, as I said, man, deepest condolences. I think all of us, and even Wes, just shared with us just a moment ago. He found out before he went live tonight that he has been touched. His family has been riddled with a loss, and so I want to say to you, if you have been affected in one way or another, whether you have family in Buffalo like myself, or you know someone in Texas or anywhere, thank you for number one tuning in, and number two, our deepest condolences goes out to you and your family. Absolutely. Did we get Wes back?
No, Wes is having connection issues.
Tell you, that's that dial up, man. That's that dial up. See, I'll be telling them guys, man, let's get off that dial up and let's get on a high speed internet connection. It'll save your life. My life has been saved. So, Colin, let me ask you, what does it mean for you to be a protector of your family, your household, um, your all of your circle? What does that mean for you?
Yeah, so protection for my family means showing up. So that's providing security, that's taking care of everything, that's taking care of the bills, making sure that all necessities are provided, that my family needs nothing, they want for nothing. um, and also being that first line of defense. So, showing up daily, showing up every single day to do what I need to do as a man for my family to make sure that they are provided for, that they're protected. So, and then also for my family, because I don't have my immediate family yet, I haven't started my family yet, but just with my brothers and sisters, cousins, things like that, it's being there for them. So in a time of need, it's also being their mouthpiece. So if they're being slandered or somebody saying something bad about them, it's showing up for them, it's speaking up for them. But it's more importantly being there for them, being a support system. So yeah, I mean, I can go down the line, I can say more, but I want to take everything. But
No, you're
I'll
good,
bounce that
man.
question back to you, though, sir.
No, you're good. Don't let me stop you. You're on a roll, man. Just keep rolling. I'm not I'm not a drama queen, so shit. Go right ahead, my good sir.
I mean, but it's pretty much those things. So in the case of these shootings, things like that, my wife, um, I'm going to be her first line of protection. So my first act of service is going to be getting her out of danger, getting her out of harm's way. So of course, that's directing her to the thought, getting her away from the threat, basically. So whether that's directing her um, back door or wherever it might be, because I hate to admit this, but I'm the type of person that I'm going to be running towards the danger. That's just who I am all throughout my life. Whether I see accidents happen in front of me or fights break out, things like that, like I'm usually the one running in the direction of the danger, whereas everyone else is running away. So same here, but I'm gonna be prudent. I'm gonna be smart about it because of course, if I have my family, I got to think about them. I got to consider them. I don't want them to be without a father. So my first line of defense, like I said, is going to be to get them out of harm's way. But if I feel we're in a place that we're getting cornered or things like that, I'm gonna move them out the way and I'm gonna meet the threat head on and not just. The key thing here is strategy. So it ain't gonna be just straight in the line of sight, but put angles between me and the threat. But basically get his attention or their attention on me and away from my family. So because every in those kind of situations, every second counts. So even if I can spare seconds, minutes for them to escape, that's what I'm gonna do.
I agree. I agree. I think the hardest thing to do is at times is to make a decision, and but one of the things that my former pastor used to say is it's hard to be a man, but somebody has to do it. And I'm excited that I get an opportunity every day to wake up and be a man, and be a decision maker. Now, one of the things that is important for me is in uh, because I'm not married either. I will be, again in the near future. Well, in the future, I'll just say that. I can't say in the near future, but but what I can say is, um, in the future, once I am married, one thing that I'll do is, I'll be a decision maker. That's something that, I know that the buck stops with me. I become the last line of defense, as Colin said. I have to, think beyond me. It can't just be, this current moment. I have to think, this moment and beyond what's going to happen when I make this decision, and how it affects my family, how it affects my children. Just for example, um, one of the things that I, I was just telling my son at the beginning of the show, my son wanted to go outside, and you know, as of right now, we don't live in the greatest neighborhood, and so I am reminded, that what we need to do as a family is is be is to put ourselves in a position where we're out of harm's way. I mean, literally, what's today? Thursday. I want to say Monday night there was a shooting right around the corner, and while I get ready to move, our family away from this area, um, it, going out at 10 o'clock at night might be great, but going out while Dad has a podcast, is not the greatest decision, and we just need to. He just needs to be okay with that, and unfortunately he may not like the decision, but the thing is, it's literally what's best for right now. You've been at home all day. If you wanted to go outside was wide open, so you could have made that choice earlier to get some fresh air at that point. But no, I need to, keep everybody in and keep everybody safe, and not really worry if, you know, what's happening, or who's going to do this, or if there's a commotion, or whatever the case is. So um it is it's definitely challenging to be your protector, um for so many reasons, but primarily because if it's just you, you know how you're going to operate, what you're going to do. But if it's you and other people, you have to account for how they think, how they feel, and sometimes you have to, hey, I don't care how you feel, this is what needs to happen. um, and while that may not always be the greatest, it just needs to happen. um, yes. So let me ask, if you're in the audience, have you ever felt unprotected? And if so, what does that look like? I want to definitely always invite you to join us here. What did good protection look like, and what did being unprotected not look like? If you have a question that you want to email to us, we always have it right above our heads, right up here. Questions at aabma.live. If you want to join the show, you're going to click in the link in the comments. You don't have to have your camera on, but you do have to show the producer that you are a live person. So with that said, I want to definitely invite you. Those who are watching, please join us. Let's talk about this protection thing. If you have any thoughts that you want to add for any context, for us to share, for any anything, by all means, we open the stage every week. um, I think, like I was saying a little earlier, Wes has connection issues, and I think that's because he uses dial-up, so we got to get a different internet. Wes is 2022.
Don't do that to him. Let the man be here to defend himself.
know it. You got to be here to defend himself. All right, fine. Wars in 5.
Terrible.
Say what?
I said terrible. So let me ask you this, Chris.
Uh-huh.
That protection, what does that look like outside of your family, your immediate family? So you talked about your sons. So what does that look like just out in the general public?
So I'll start with my relationships, and I think that's a great question. So I'll start with my relationships. So um I have, for one reason or another, um, been the protector for, I think, for all of my brothers. At one point in time, when they were ever going through some type of transition, or I won't put their business out there, but when they were, I'll say it in that way. Yeah, they were going through a transition, and they needed, a safe place to land. I have 6 brothers, just for context, and 5 of my brothers have lived with me. 5 of my 6 brothers have lived with me over the course of my. Uh, I bought my first house in 2004, so over the last almost 20 years now, 18 years, I've had a brother live with me at any given point in my history. And so that's what it looks like. When you need something, when you need someone to be there for you, um, um, I can be there, and if I can't fix it, I can definitely try to be there to, to allow you the safe place to just kind of cruise through whatever it is that you need to cruise through. For my relationships, particularly my relationships when I'm in a dating relationship, I've had instances where my young lady I was dating broke down, got a flat. I mean, and she said, "Why is my tire pressure like?" Of course, we talk. We were talking on the way on her 5-hour travel, so we're talking, and we're making plans for when she gets back home. But she noticed her tire pressure light went off, and when the tire pressure light went off, and it went from 36 to 19 rather rapidly. I told her, pull over, go to a gas station, share your location. I'll be there. That's not even a second thought, especially if it's late at night, if it's after the hours where typically you're gonna have your AAA's or your roadside assistance. Uh, the young lady I was mentioning, she was an hour and a half away from Atlanta, from her home in a remote town, and the only person that could have come and rescued her quickly would have been me, or some random person, which she wouldn't have trusted. And that's what protection looks like in that circumstance. Um, Another instance is, in a dating situation, I was, dating a young lady, and her car was breaking down. What is it about, their car is breaking down? I don't know, but it happens. And when her car was breaking down, I was at a party for my children, and I said, "Listen, it doesn't matter what's going on with me. I know this is important for my children, but you are also important. Let me show up for you. Let me be there for you, and I'm there." That's what protection looks like. It means showing up, even when it's not convenient. And many times it's not going to be convenient for you to show up as a masculine man, but you have to decide what the most important thing is, whether you want to be inconvenienced and help someone or be there for someone, or do you want to let them be in the elements or whatever, and or let somebody else show up for them. I've always heard the saying, there are 2 types of men, the ones that say, "Damn, that's messed up," and the ones that say, "I got it." I want to be in my relationships, and I can't be that everything for everyone, but when I can and it's the right time, I want to be the person that says, I got it. I'm gonna show up. Great question.
Okay, so that scenario was primarily, you said, with your then girlfriend, correct?
Well, one was a girlfriend, and then the other one was a dating. Someone I was dating.
Okay, so interesting because dealing with the topic, what does protection mean for Black men when it comes to their women and families? So the reason I asked that question is outside of your family and outside that relationship. So it's just like, so with those same scenarios with your now exes, you're no longer talking, haven't talked in years, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it might be. Does that protection still there, or is it no?
Um. So for my ex, we were in a relationship for 15 months. So it's sort of there. If she called me and told me that she needed me, and I know she's in Atlanta and she can't, she doesn't have family here. And if she needed me to show up, I would. I definitely would. If I was in a relationship, in a new relationship, I would definitely tell that new person, hey, you know, hey, I'm gonna go and help my friend. But if it's just a just somebody I'm talking to, you know, I go and I take care of people regardless of what they are, where they are in their particular space. Um, you know, yes. So yes to your question, yes, it does go and last outside of um, dating and relationships. When a relationship is over. Um, so yes, it does last. I like how you keep picking up the mic,
Interesting.
Arsenio. Woo, 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 woo.
My posse. Give it up for my posse over here. Ah.
Shoot that thing, Draymond. Shoot it.
um. So yeah, I appreciate Chris for coming on tonight's show and allowing me to interview him. Really, really appreciate you for being here, man, and opening up
Yeah.
about this topic. Um, so with me, I think we've talked about that before. It's just like, kind of like with the job, those benefits have an expiration date.
Really?
It's like 3 months after it's pretty much just. There used to be a time, and you can attest to this probably, but 10, 15 years ago, we'll go out and step in the middle of fights and things like that, and break up fights and come to the rescue. Unfortunately, some men lives have ended because the dude that they're trying to save from the woman, everything like that, ends up pulling out a gun or some other kind of tragic story or scenario.
Correct.
And what we talked about, I think maybe 6-7 episodes ago, was it's just like they'll end up running back to the Pookie and Ray Ray. So it's just those scenarios where it's just like, do you really want to insert yourself in this? Where it's just a toxic relationship. They're used to fighting and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, men today are more reluctant to jump in because of those instances of past incidences and things like that. So with me, that's why I say it's an expiration date, because just like, that protection, everything comes with my woman, comes with my family. And, if y'all already know how my stance on exes, I'm not friends with any of my exes or things like that. It's just like once that door is closed, it's shut. So, especially if I'm talking, with my new boo, with my woman, my wife to be, it's just like you come calling it out the blue or something like that, and it's just like, hey, I need this, and it's just like, I'm not gonna even be answering that phone call, first of all.
Wow.
So
That's tough.
yeah, it's tough, but it's just like that's just the way it is, because it's just like it's just cutting all ties that just comes along with it. So it's like once you cut ties, once you leave a job, once you leave, those benefits have an expiration date. They'll last 3-6 months, after you're terminated or 2 weeks and things like that. But it's just like they come to an end. You just can't keep coming back and, hey, I want to use this benefit. I want to use this benefit. So it's just like that just comes with the territory of being my woman, being in my family. So it's just like
So
that just comes with the territory of protection.
So if your ex-girlfriend says, "Hey, I'm broken down. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, I can't. Brothers. Cousins. No boyfriend. Can you? Come and change my tire?" You gonna tell her no?
If you would like to leave a message, please press 1. Option. If you would like to do this, please hit option 2.
Oh, I can't believe. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. That's crazy. So let me ask Muna or Leah. Hey, ladies, how you guys doing? Tell me in the chat. Does have you ever? What did it feel like? You said get fired. To be ultimately protected.
Exactly.
By but 2 months later, so facts, Wes.
Security
Yeah.
gonna be stopping you at the door. Say, hey, what are you doing? Where's
Hey,
your
you don't
bag?
work here no
Didn't
more.
you don't work here anymore? What are you doing here? Oh, I'm just coming to use the break room. Like you don't
Correct.
work here
Correct.
anymore. What are you doing?
I mean, that's different. That's different.
Same thing in principle
It is. It is.
for me.
It is. Yeah. Man, we're gonna have the shortest show of our season.
We ain't about to end this thing. There's so
We
much
are.
to talk about. So many more questions for you, Mr. Chris.
Well,
No, but go ahead. You was about to say something. What were you about to say?
no, you got so many more questions. Ask away, Colin.
I hate that Wes isn't here because I know he's big on this topic as far as protection. So I really want to hear his views on
I'm
this.
gonna talk about Wes. In a positive way. Wes is like a kind soul. You know, I've noticed a lot about almost all of the guys in the show. Um, and Wes is like an advocate for, and so if you want to be protected, yeah, see, Wes, if you would stop pretending like your internet connection was bad and get you high speed internet and an Ethernet cable, we wouldn't have to talk about you. Matter of fact, don't even get high speed internet. What is it called now? Fiber optic. That's what it's called.
Fiber.
Fiber. Get you some fiber in your life. Gosh,
But
so
please, Chris, you were talking about Wes. Yes.
yes, you're very welcome. I should finish. But yeah, he's a protector. He's kept. You can hear it in his voice that he wants to keep those around him safe. Do his best to to infuse is the word I'm looking for. Those with that he cares about with his love and kindness. Now it's about to end real fast, Wes. So you only gonna get like 30 seconds of fame. So, but no, I have noticed and I paid attention. Um, you guys are one of a kind. Um, one of a kind, kind souls. And Wes is the leader of the pack. Wes is the leader of the pack of kindness. So yeah, that was it, Colin. That was it.
Understood. Yeah. So, because I mentioned this in a clubhouse room the other day too, is it's important for more now than ever with inflation happening. We're in a recession, gas prices, the wars going on. It's becoming more, even with these tragedies going on too, even with the Buffalo shooting, because it was majority women that
Yep.
were and I try not to think about just those variables and things like that because it's a tragedy in itself. But those are the facts that it was mainly women. And the thing is that I mentioned in the room is just women need to get back under the protection of their men. Black women in
Mm,
particular need to get back under protection of their black men. Um, and I made a clear distinction, not I don't know if we'll get flagged or not. Not wiggers, but black men. There's a difference between wiggers and black men.
WT
So
people.
yeah. Um, so it's just like it's going to be extremely hard to survive on your own, and that protection that a man brings, that guidance, that structure that a man brings, is invaluable. Those are survival skills that the man has with him by default. Um, so all this fighting back and forth, all these gender wars between black men and black women, it really needs to cease. It needs to halt. And I'm not just saying just go get up under any black man, but it's just like, here's a plug for you, Chris. Yeah, we want to talk about your book too, Chris. So we're gonna get into that too.
We
But
do?
that's why you want to properly vet. So I'm not saying go get with any, just get under the leadership of any man, but you need to properly vet and make sure he's about purpose, make sure he's about something. And like I always say, look for the God in the man, because it's more important now than ever that inflation, rising gas prices, things like that. Like rent is going up, mortgages are going up. I think mortgage rates went from 2.5% to now 5.5. Closing costs are going up, so it's getting extremely hard to just live today. Um, and you need a two. I mean, more than likely, you need a two income household to even make it through to survive. So all this bickering we're doing between men and women and who's dominant and who's leading who and all that kind of stuff, it's just like it's all small compared to what we need to be doing as a community. So it's just like it all starts there. It's like bringing back the nuclear family and then building the community, but it's just like it has to start at home. Even further than that, we need to know our history. And that's what I was talking mainly on too, is just knowing our history and then building that nuclear family back and then establishing that community again. So it's just like just those brackets, just those phases. Um, because yeah, the writing's on the wall. This world it's not going to get easier. It's going to get even tougher. I mean, this is just the beginning. So it's all. I'm not going to get biblical tonight, but it's just all prophesied in the Bible. The Bible talks about these things. So we're talking about getting back to normal. This normal is long gone. So,
Absolutely. So
but your
why are
thoughts?
we going for 2 hours? You gotta stay up till midnight. So I mean 11 o'clock so you can talk to Esther.
No, we don't have to. I was just joking.
Oh, good.
But
I
what are
got
your thoughts?
um. Well, I agree. That So here's where I'll start. I agree that we need to get back to the nuclear family. Husband, wife, and children. I was literally just having this conversation earlier today in my dating experiences. The young lady I was sharing with, I said, um, TV has kind of programmed us to what, kind of relationships we should have. If you look back in the 70s, 80s, the TV shows that we watched then, Good Times, husband and wife. Um, what's the man that had was it the Jeffersons? Um,
Hmm.
he had like the bald
Yep,
head,
the Jeffersons. Yeah,
husband and wife. Rock, husband and wife. Huxtables. I mean, not the Huxtables, the Cosby Show. Husband. So back then,
Family Matters.
I mean, even Family Matters. What that? Oh, that was no. I was thinking about the other Full House. I'm like, because the one, none of them married in Full House. Um, but yeah, Family Matters. The whole dynamic was for husband and wife and children, and I didn't really care for I think Rock had, even on the Rock, Rock was a sanitation worker, and um, Bill Cosby on the Cosby Show was a doctor, and then Family Matters, Carl was a police officer. Now these are all atypical type, jobs, doctor, lawyer, like that. But there are so many professions out there. Um, there are so many professions out there, and the thing is that a lot of people try to pick the person they want based on the profession. That's not what you really need to look for. You need to look for character. But I agree 1,000% that if we have more men, and this was part of my conversation earlier, if we have more men standing up saying, you know what, you need to get back to the nuclear family, not just, one man and one woman. We need to get back to that. If we get back to that, more families would be protected. You won't have multiple baby mamas, running the street like that. There's a song out that came out last week. The song is like, I'm single, or uh, no F niggas, I'm free, or whatever it was. I'm just like, how is that a new anthem? How do we allow that to be, the ghetto girls, baby mama anthem? You know, how is that, how are we allowing that to run for, run in our families? Um, so it is important that you vet properly. It is important that you get with someone that's going to be good for you, but also, if you're a lady, also be good for him. So many times we see where it's just one sided. Well, he got to do this for me. He got to do that for me. I'm like, matter of fact, I'm gonna read this to you because I literally just saw it.
I was gonna say, ladies, come correct. So it's just like, if you find that man that's about those principles about his stuff, you better believe you better be coming correct. So don't be coming with no masculine energy and all that kind of stuff, because he's not gonna want that. So both sides definitely um, have to fit the criteria.
Triple. So this is what I read. It says, single mom looking for a stepdad for my kids, and here are the qualifications. Must have six figures. All of these are musts. Have a car that can fit all my children comfortably. Be willing to buy an SUV or van. Single dad will not be qualified. Willing to marry me in less than a month. Must buy a 30K diamond ring. I don't know if that's just realistic. Must be 6 feet or taller. Must have 4 to 6 bedrooms available for my children. Must pay all the rent or mortgage. Adopt my children. Know how to cut grass. Be good looking. Have a six pack. Must have at least 200K in his bank account to guarantee my kids' future. Must provide twice as much as their father of my kids pays for child support. And when I read things like that, none of those things are talking about character, even if it was a joke.
What satirical page was that posted on?
It was,
Because
she must be
that
tripping.
wasn't real life, right? That was satire,
So
right?
the thing is, I don't know, I take some stuff on social media with a grain of salt, unless I know
You have
the
to.
person that is coming from. I can't say, I can't verify it. It's been shared a million times, so I don't know the original source, but I can say that all of the must-haves in the vetting process have nothing to do with character, have nothing to do with his integrity, have nothing to do with him being a quality person. So, and then, all of those things, as I was saying, was what he needed to do. And none of those said, and I'm not talking about what she brings to the table, but more so the quality of person that she is. So, I always find that quite
The
interesting when that happens.
the quantity person that she is.
We're not going to talk about that yet.
Yeah, to Wes's point, this comment, she sounds very musty.
Heavy on the must. Rob is in Panama City, Panama. That's the reason
That
why
has to be. That's why I say that can't be real. And unfortunately, we live in a clown society, so it's to the point now where it's just like everything is just everything's
Like
just
too many
fake
cans get too
until
depressed.
proven real. But yeah, if there's just a small percentage of truth in that statement, then she just needs to go ahead and just go on and just buy that dog and just prepare for the grave.
That prepare for the grave. That buy a dog is hilarious to me.
It's gonna be a lonely life. But yeah, because it's just ridiculous. Because it's just like literally the opposite of what men would go for. So it's just like
For sure.
you're not in the position of bargaining. You're not in the position of authority here. It's just like the man is the one that chooses, and the things that you have are more than likely are not the things he's gonna want.
The man that chooses. You don't think they both choose?
What was that?
You don't think they both choose?
What, men and women?
Yeah, I think the woman also has a say, and if she chooses the man, I think the man proposes. But I've been seeing lately, this whole epidemic of women proposing to men.
Facepalm. So yeah, to your point, yes, that's definitely true. That's definitely true. So yeah, the man could be interested in a woman, but if she has no interest in him, then yeah, she can just shut him down, and it's just on to the next. So
For
yeah,
sure.
there definitely has to be an attraction there by both sides. So yeah, nothing more to add to that.
For sure.
But what was I saying to make you bring that up? I got to get back to my point.
You were talking about vetting, proper vetting.
Right. So, because I said you have to come to correct, and that's on the men's part too, and that's why I did the distinction between wiggers and black men, because I believe we're in this point right now because that's a whole different topic. But having multiple side pieces and things like that, when women are typically wanting to be the main piece, and then they find out the side piece, and it causes it causes this backlash where it's just like the woman wants to get back at the man and things like that, and it kind of just creates this little snowball effect where it's like you have this dynamic of what's going on right now with like I said, that's just another. I'm actually going to save that for another hot topic for another show.
What?
But it's on men to do their part too, and keep that household intact, not out here entertaining multiple women.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
But anyway, it just goes back to a protection thing. So when you find that right man, that's the things he's going to provide. He's going to have that protection. He's going to provide that protection. He's going to have that provision.
Procreation.
He's going to have all those things. So
what's the fourth one? Protection, provision, procreation, and something.
It's in the chat, I believe. But yeah, the 4 P's. Somebody has to have a question out there. Anybody in the audience, y'all have a comment, question?
I just want to say for the record that when we were doing this show a while ago, and Clifford was on the show, Robert, he broadcast live from his hotel. I just want to say that out loud. Robert, Walmart. I'm not taking trips on a Thursday night. All shade.
Connections don't be that great at hotels, so.
And Cliff's connection was great. But that was, maybe that's
there's this cloud of reception that follows around, that follows Robert around and follows Wes around. So
It's very true. The audio is always messed up. What?
But yeah, Chris, did you want to plug your book or anything before we wrap up tonight's interview?
Sure, I'll plug
I think
my
we
book.
should do a part 2 on this because I would like to hear the other. Like I said, I know Wes is big on this topic and things like that. So I would love to hear the other fellas' opinions on this topic.
Sure, Colin.
So we'll have a part 2. Don't worry.
Another time.
Since everybody, he called. He answered your call. He said, "I'm gonna pull up."
And
his audio is
oh,
still
Robert
messed
man.
said, Robert said, "I'm gonna pull up on you."
I'm gonna put him on
Yep.
hotel Wi-Fi, sitting in the lobby right now. Don't even know if you guys can hear me.
Yep, we can.
Yep, I'm Panama
Just tell
City,
the people in
Panama
the
right
background
now.
to shut up.
My question is.
If it were only that
My
simple.
question is. My question is this what we know about, or is this just your own vacation?
Oh, this is my own little thing. It's like a wine event that was out here at the same time, so it was really to get myself a little, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I don't take trips on Thursday though.
I definitely recommend getting out to Panama City, Panama. I've been gone since doggone Sunday. So for a minute, right now picking up. Told me I'll talk about Clifford, the hotel.
That's
I had
right.
to let it be known. I'll pull up too.
That's right. That's right. He had his shirt too.
Yeah.
No,
Well, I know.
If
Yeah,
you,
I ain't got
sir,
my
I
shirt.
just
if you could steady your phone, sir, it looks like you're at a table. So if you have like a glass, you could pop the phone up on a glass cup or something.
I could probably.
nah. He got too
Yeah, I
much
could probably
background
see on there.
noise.
There we go.
There you go.
I do.
Go ahead, Chris. What were you saying?
I said he has too much background noise.
What did you say before that?
You asked me to plug my book, so I am going to plug my book. Buy my book, The Ultimate Vetting Guide. It's on Amazon. Please and thank you. Greatest book in the world, if you ask me. If I do say so myself. So, go. With that being said, that's all I got.
All right. Well, thank you, Chris. Really appreciate it. I'm gonna ask Robert really quick. So, Robert, what does protection mean to you for Black men when it comes to their women and families?
Terrible connection.
Break as you were asking the question, so I don't come through clear. First and foremost, providing protection. For me, when it comes to protection, I also think about the emotional as well as opposed to that stuff off as just something that we don't need to pay attention to. I think we miss that a lot as well. Um, yeah, those are the two that stick out to me on top. I mean, we have the obvious where we're the ones who basically take the bullet first. We take the hit of the car first. We're the ones who come through physically to save and make sure that whoever we're with is protected. So that's the obvious one. But for me, I think the biggest one that I try to stick to, is making sure that protection is the emotional state as well as the spiritual state, because those two things I think are something that we often miss out in thinking that we don't have the an impact on. We actually do. I'm gonna land right there.
So,
I've been
so
drinking,
that
so I'll
protection
be
you're
real
talking
short.
about, so it falls under that umbrella, basically, that protection.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
everyone that's under that umbrella gets that protection. So what about everybody outside of that umbrella? Exes, random people in the streets.
I'm one that will jump inside of some mess that I have no business in, but I also have like a circle. There's the people there's in my circle, and those people I will ride for, whatever. I'm there for them. Outside of that circle, like I may jump in and step in and do something about a situation, or try to talk to somebody about a situation. But if they're not in that immediate circle, I have no I don't have as much say so. I would want to. There's situations that I can see arising that I would want to say something, but then it comes to a place to where is that my place to actually jump in it, depending on the situation. So there's probably some question marks in that area, but definitely those who are in that circle, they get the max protection. They get whatever is necessary for the time being. They get that protection.
Understood. Chris, did you have a follow-up question for him? I think that
Nope,
was.
he got too much
I have a lot of
background noise.
background noise now. It seems like it picked up some.
I think they're shutting down the bar. It looks like they're shutting down the bar.
Nope, that's it. Thank Rob for showing up. We appreciate you.
Yeah, don't worry. We're gonna talk about this again. Because as I said, I would love to get the other fellas hear the other fellas' perspective on this topic. So, but thank you for pulling up, Robert.
Yeah, we had a lot of calling in today. Oh, not a problem. I'm at 1% on my phone. I'm pretty much going to be forced to dip out. But yeah, I think it's something that we can dive into in depth.
Yeah, I need you to.
There it goes.
There it goes. So that being said, I'm Chris Davis in Atlanta, Georgia, by way of Buffalo, New York. It's been a plum pleasing pleasure for you all to be here tonight.
Oh gosh.
Don't go, Colin.
Oh yes, thank you, appreciate it. This is Colin Hardiman, and out of Screwston, Texas. And yeah, even though this was a short show, I think it was a great topic, and stay tuned for part 2 next week. But thank y'all for being here. Continue to support the channel. Tell your family, tell your friends. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And we really appreciate y'all. And we'll see y'all Tuesday, actually, on Clubhouse.
Yes, we will, because I'll be ready.
Peace.
Good night.
Yeah, it's a short show.
Yeah, that's cool.
Very intimate, though, you know?
Yep, because I would do it for 1 or I'd do it for 1,000. Somebody told me that people who post on social media are fake, and I'm just like, I'm not fake. I do it for 1 or I do it for 1,000. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, everyone's on their mental break, so it's just like, I ain't mad. It's needed. Everyone just needs to recalibrate.
Yeah, so the second young lady that I told you about, her car broke down. We are still talking.
Okay.
So
are y'all on and off again, or?
No. Okay. No, not on and off. I multi-date.
So is it just one in the rotation right now?
No, it is not.
How many? Never mind. Don't answer that.
Yeah, I wasn't going to answer. I can text you for sure. Definitely can text you. It's on the cylinder. It's on the cylinder.
What'd you say?
No, I'm looking at this. The end of the Golden State Dallas game.
Oh, that series is still going?
Yeah, tonight is game 5, and they are.
Didn't Golden State go up 3-0?
They went up 3-0. They lost the game
Wow.
that'd be a travel.
I thought that was gonna be over. I thought it was gonna be a sweep, but Dallas said no, we ain't done yet.
Nah, they gotta win one at home just so Golden State can get the trophy away. And what's crazy is they got that 7-footer. He like 7'5". They ain't play him at all.
Give me some stats right now. What quarter are they in? What's the score?
Fourth quarter, 1 minute and 10 seconds left, and Golden State is up by 14.
Oh gosh, so it's over.
Yep. Look at Dirk.
So who is it in the East?
Right now it's Boston. Boston is up 3-2.
Who are they playing?
So the Miami Heat.
Okay.
I think that series is going 7. Golden State is probably going to go up 2-0 on Boston. They're probably winning 6.
All right. Well, Wes isn't here to do the last 10 seconds, so I'll go ahead and fill in for him. We appreciate you all. We're gonna mud wrestle with Wes. I'm Wes, mud wrestle.